Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Veronica.
Wow.
Welcome. This is episode 2 of the NgoVo Convo DCAU 52 review, where we review the animated video. We'll figure this out. It's okay because because we're two stupids make a right.
Hype.
That's right. This is feeling bad already. Because I'm
It was
one
a
of
long intro.
Oh yes, You're right. It does suck because I was like, do I say DC Animated Universe 52, but the 52 version
or the 52 version, or DCAU 52.
This is literally DC
what?
in a nutshell. But
Yeah.
I'm one of your hosts, Harrison O, and I'm joined by Veronica Bo.
I'm right over here.
It's over there, pointing.
Yeah.
Check
he's
YouTube.
over there.
Trust me.
Yeah.
But if you're new here, we just want an excuse to. Man, this intro is just botched. We just want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from animated comics, but really to clean up our never-ending backlog. But some would say we're conversing.
Wow. Like NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo logo is above Harrison's head, which is he's pointing at. Wow.
Wow. This is all wow. DC's wow. Because you can watch every episode of YouTube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching up NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice.
We're on 10 plus different platforms.
All 10 plus. All 10 plus of them.
All 10 pluses.
But in this episode, we're going to be talking about Justice League War. And this is the follow-up to the Flashpoint Paradox movie. Because this is essentially was the reset that they're doing for the movie side. They're basing most of everything off the New 52 at the time. Because this movie came out in 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
But we're starting to review now because I like DC enough. After what we're having. But if you haven't finished this movie at all, I watched it off of HBO Max, off of Veronica's HBO Max.
Wow. Welcome.
This is going to bite us in the butt when they try to follow Netflix. Or even they try to copy Netflix, which I don't even think they're doing anymore. But yeah, go ahead and watch it. It's like, what? I think an hour.
A little over an hour.
Just like hour 20, but that's like including credits. So
yeah,
it's probably
like an hour, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
an hour.
Go ahead and go watch that really quick. Keep this video, keep it in your history, whatnot. Come back.
Give it a like.
Whatever works.
Whatever works for you.
But Veronica, we're gonna talk about non-spoiler thoughts first before we go deep.
Oh, wow.
Deep as 2D animation. But that's some people think like that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose. No judgment or judgment.
Judgment.
There.
Judgment.
There's judgment.
Veronica, what did you think? Just what you expect?
Overall, I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
Like I didn't know whose backstory or like who were. Wow. This is not going well. Who we're supposed to be seeing? That's what I was gonna. This is like the intro all over again. I'm like, who we are, we were, we were. Yeah.
Ooh. I need caffeine too. It's okay.
I do. I'm almost done with it.
I don't even have any. Damn.
Yeah. So I didn't know who we were going to be following.
Yeah.
Or
who would be in the Justice League essentially?
Yeah. Who would be in the Justice League?
Because
it was interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting because this is technically the first movie in the line of DC movies that's in this 52 series. Because they off the bat introduced the Justice League. Yeah. Because I think the
separately,
difference. Yeah.
But also together, it'll make more sense in spoilers.
Yes. Yeah. Because right after Flashpoint, they just went off with a Justice League movie, which is fine. Yeah. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But you had fun with it? It's cool?
No, I had fun.
So much fun. Recommend to start?
Yes.
Because there is a string of movies, and it's fun to follow through because I think this is DC. The anime universe does it right, in a sense.
It does it so well, too, yes. I think.
So well. Oh, we'll bash on that. Don't worry. I'll talk about that in detail. No, I agree. I think for me, rewatching it, after years, because I watched it when it first came out.
It's been like 9 years
now. Oh yeah, it's been almost a decade. I remember watching it the first time and I was like, ooh, this is awesome. Because wait, what? Justice League came out in 2016, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Movie. It's hard to watch.
It's hard to.
No, that's the Snyder Cut. Because Snyder Cut came out. Yeah, no. So
Snyder.
the Justice League movie came out in 2017. So 3 years after this one. Because the Batman v Superman movie came out in 2016 also. So, dude, I'm telling you, I watched this movie. And I was like, this is what DC can be and should be. Because at that point,
but it's not.
The Man of Steel just came out. And then this movie came out a year later. So it was a lot of like, DC's like on the up and coming.
Man of Steel came out 10 years ago?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, shit.
Henry Cavill was your Superman at that point.
Dang.
Dude, it's
crazy.
It's crazy. But no, I think watching this movie made me remember like how much I was on the hopium for DC.
Of good DC.
If you hear sirens, that's on my end. And if it's on your end, look left or right just in case.
Look everywhere.
I love that. Yeah, no, I think it was fun introduction to everything. I think the one thing I will say as a non-spoiler thing, there's a lot of assumptions on who you have to know. I think that's the one reason why I enjoyed it. But rewatching it, I was like, viewing it as from a point of view of someone just getting into the series, I'm like, they kind of name drop a lot of people. They make assumptions that like there's jokes that you have to just understand if you understand the character, but I don't think it's that bad.
It's not too bad. If it goes over your head,
it's not that important though.
But
like,
it's not that
no,
important.
honestly, I don't think it's that important. Like you should just know like each character. Is it a spoiler to say who's who? I don't think so, right? Because it's on the freaking poster, right?
No.
Because essentially we follow. Yeah, so essentially we follow Batman, Superman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Shazam.
Green Lantern.
They don't have Green Lantern or Flash on the poster. That did them dirty. How dare they?
They did how dirty.
They did how yeah. They did how dirty. That's not fair. No, yeah, but everyone, I think it's just there is a lot of things you just have to assume, but it's also DC's old enough now that you can kind of also assume
and catch up. Really,
like you can assume why Batman acts the way he was. You can assume why Superman does. Yeah. I think the only in Flash maybe, but I think the new ones that are kind of weird would be a spin on Wonder Woman. I think the two new people actually is 3 technically. Lantern? Green Lantern doesn't have that much exposure, so Green Lantern, Cyborg, and Shazam are the ones that you're like, if you haven't watched,
kind of like on the fence.
At that point for sure in 2014,
yeah,
we had none of these movies like live action, so
yeah,
everyone was expecting Booyah from like Teen Titans. Booyah! Anyway, I think it's fun. I recommend it though, because I think this is how Justice League is done right.
Done correctly.
Even with the Snyder Cut, I still think I had more fun watching this movie. In a short amount of time. 1 hour.
You mean you didn't enjoy the 4 hour in COVID?
In COVID, I was built different in COVID, all right? I could handle anything. In the comfort of my own home. I was in.
Yeah.
But any other things we want to touch on?
No. We should just get right into it.
All right. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Who's your favorite character? I already know.
Lantern.
Yeah, I knew it.
Green Lantern. I love him. I gravitate towards dickish men for some strange reason. Green Lantern's one of them.
I would tell your fiance, but unfortunately,
he's one too. I'm gonna marry him.
Oh my god!
Green Lantern. Hale. He has my heart.
Hal has your heart. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, he's funny. I like their spin on Green Lantern in this one. And it's funny because I also thought, hey, this is how Ryan Reynolds could have done it. that
was my first thought too.
It's weird. Okay, it is weird watching this movie where I'm like, there's a lot of things they could have done. This movie came out early enough. It's really just because the director wants to do a different spin. It's like, it's already been done. I get it. But it's not been done in live action. That's the issue.
Poor Ryan and Blake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Hal definitely did shoot up like on the like for this movie. He was like one of my favorites to follow because everyone else is like typical like Batman's the same. I think Batman cracked a little bit more jokes in this.
He did.
He cracked, but not again. Not in the this episode's about to be like just shit on like the Justice League. Watch this instead. But Batman made jokes or Ben Affleck's Batman made jokes, but it felt out of place.
No, it did.
I think
it was in the wrong spots too.
When Batman makes jokes in like animated, it's the timing's just right. I think that's what it is. The timing just feels right and it just fits. And it's like he says it in a way that doesn't change his character.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like
it's like right before a fight too.
Or even at the end, or Hal's like, hey, I did everything you said and more. I got the team together. Blah blah. He's like, and you still messed up the one thing I asked you to do. And it's like, see, that's just funny. It's because Batman, right?
Or when he's like, when Green Lantern's like, Green Lantern loves the light and stuff, but Batman loves the darkness, and Batman's like, get that light out of my face.
Yeah, I loved it. I think I'm assuming your favorite interaction between. So, like we said, the 6 heroes, it's the 7, the Super 7,
the Super 7, as Shazam would say.
Oh my gosh. They paired off everyone, but essentially the 7 is Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Shazam, and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that lineup?
I really enjoyed it. I didn't. When I first watched this the first time around with Cyborg, I didn't know his background fully. So I wasn't really expecting him to turn out like he became Cyborg like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded painful too, because I was like, ugh.
that was the New 52. I don't remember if it was the old one, but I remember reading that part, and I think that was the New 52 take, because that it's based off the mother box.
And Cyborg has daddy issues, unfortunately.
He has daddy issues. And I couldn't remember. I was like, oh, in the animated universe, Aquaman's not the 7. It's Shazam.
No, it's Shazam. Which I thought was interesting, because I didn't know where Aquaman was going to lean into, or how he was going to lean into, but we'll get that. That's towards the very end, really. Sort of. The end credit part kind of ties in.
I forgot to watch that.
But,
we'll talk about that. You can refresh me on that.
We'll talk about it, yeah.
No, I think they showcased the characters enough. Let's say Barry, technically you got if you watched it in order, Flashpoint is technically the first movie, and this is technically the second installment.
The second, yeah.
Technically, even though the art's different, but I think the art's better in this one too.
The art is better.
I forgot to mention that in the non-spoiler, but I think the art, this is the direction I wanted. I think the other one's funny, but this one's just clean. This is
and their pecs aren't as big. They were normal.
They were normal
pecs on men.
Season 1.
I liked their take on Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
As well. See, okay, no. Here's what it was. Young Justice aired in 2010. So I was confused. Why did they just use that art style, which I thought was good. So then they dropped Flashpoint, and I was like, what happened? I was expecting Young Justice.
Huge.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Body proportions. Nah, we don't care about that.
What body proportions?
We don't care about that. Who cares? Yeah, no, and then finally this one kind of did a mix. It was it's still kind of the old style, but leaning more towards Young Justice. So I was happy with that.
No, it was great.
Yeah.
How about you? How'd you feel about this Justice League?
Sorry, that's where I was going. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, and I think they were able to pull backstory correctly, because we already got Flash. I think finally explaining cyborgs was good, and in a short amount of time, it got the point across.
No, it did.
Because they kind of did it too, but I don't know why. I felt like the movie, the Justice League live action, was more choppy when it came to his stuff.
No, it was very
choppy. They didn't show enough. While here, they got the point across. But because
immediately, actually,
I think it's because they do better with pairing who goes where. Right? Because Barry had because Cyborg's dad works at Star Labs, and Barry would obviously go to Star Labs a lot more.
Because he's the Flash.
So that makes sense. Green Lantern, you just assume he had. Here's the thing: you just they didn't delve too much because one, you understand Superman, Batman,
and Batman,
and then
and Wonder Woman too as well.
Wonder Woman. The only difference is like how she views the mainland,
kind of like the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Themyscira is definitely like you could tell she's only been on Themyscira, and her habits, her interactions with everything, her demeanors, like it's like very naive when it's like in the real world, quote unquote.
Yeah, it is.
So I thought they did a good job with her too. I thought it was fun to watch her dynamic with everyone else.
It was so great.
But I like the pair offs too. I think they paired off people correctly, or like this is where I think they juggled introducing, but like not showing everyone too much until the end. And
it was great.
Yeah. Essentially Batman.
Do you have a favorite pair?
Batman and Green Lantern is funny. Second would be Shazam and Cyborg.
Me too. Actually, no, I liked the Flash and Cyborg a lot.
Yeah.
When they had their
Flash. Did I say Shazam or Flash? Sorry.
You should Shazam.
Okay, yes.
Did you mean Flash and Cyborg?
No, I meant Shazam and Cyborg.
Oh, you should. Okay, no, I meant no.
Oh, but you were saying Flash. Okay.
Yeah, Flash and Cyborg were really good.
I
loved Wonder Woman and Superman. That interaction was great.
Did you? Because in this one, they followed New 52, and at this point, you can kind of tell they're pushing for like, oh, Superman and Wonder Woman could be a thing.
Romance.
The romantic tension, not the tension, but like yeah.
The sexual tension.
Oh, they have tension.
Oh.
No, yeah, I think. I remember this dropping because I was like, oh, it's a new spin on it, right? Because it's always like Superman and Lois, but that pissed people off still, I think, too.
No, it did. I didn't get it. I was like, it's just a new spin-off.
Yeah.
Who he should be, yeah.
Welcome to comics.
Welcome.
Like, this is it.
Or not welcome. I don't
know.
like the fan base sometimes.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
So, I would say, this is broken up into like 3 acts, right? First act is trying to figure out where these bombs come from, like the parademons, right?
Yeah.
Do you really quick though, I guess before we break it up, did you feel like there was a lot of the live action, and I keep going back to this because it's always, to me it's fun because I really feel like
it's really fun to compare and contrast.
Did you feel like there was a lot of influence on the live action from here too? Did it feel like it took some of the beats? Oh
no, it did. 100%, I think, especially for Cyborg. Now that I'm like thinking about it, and the parademons and Darkseid, I think that's where like they kind of like not copy and paste, but copy and paste.
Not all the way.
Not all the way. Not all the way.
So I say this because the first act was like them trying to figure out who's bad, who's good.
Yeah.
But at this point, the Justice League isn't even formed yet, or like these people just have some interaction, but not too much, right? So
and not together, and they weren't like official. Yeah.
So essentially, everyone's just trying to figure out what's going on, what are these mother boxes, what it is.
Yeah.
All the way up to
like who's like doing this? Like why is
everyone's assuming because they all are working separate. They're suspecting each other at some point, or like some people suspect Batman because he's like abducting people, but he looks like a bat, but it's not him. It's a parademon.
It's not him.
Batman suspects Superman. Superman's like, no, it's not me. So.
I love that interaction between Superman, Batman, and Green Lantern.
The fight?
That was the fight. That was the most, I think, fun in the beginning. Because I think Green Lantern, that man was underestimating Superman a little too much. Yeah.
I'm trying. Shut up.
And then Superman's like, oh, this is cute.
It's funny to see Superman with an ego.
Yes, it
and
is.
It's not like a huge ego, but he's like, he knows he's strong, right?
Oh yeah.
So I think that's fun. But this is where one of those like the Superman fanboys will be like, see, Batman can't do shit when it comes to this kind of stuff. And then Batman fanboys, including me, would be like, oh no, he doesn't have enough time to prep, blah blah blah.
Oh no.
Welcome to the Civil War. Oh yeah, I thought the first part was just fun to introduce a lot of people, because I would say the second part was them trying to fight off? No. They're trying to prevent Darkseid from coming.
Yes. Yep.
Because it's again, I think the gradualness, it was like, it got up to the
nice
penultimate.
flow.
Yeah, it was a nice flow, and it's still crazy to me to feel like, oh, this really was just only an hour.
Yeah. They crammed it in. I think animation, they can do that quickly.
Oh yeah. The cuts are easy. You don't have to show off too
Yeah.
much. You don't have to like animate too much.
You don't have to like reshoot really.
Yeah.
Unless you have to like do like voiceovers again.
Yep.
But yeah. No, yeah.
It's good. Did you expect Darkseid to come? We're gonna jump closer to the end because essentially Darkseid just kind of, unless there's something in between that you want to address.
No, we can just talk about Darkseid.
Okay. How'd you feel about Darkseid then? In this one, how he's depicted?
I liked it a lot. It was super dark. Because if you compare whatever planet they're on,
Apocalypse,
right?
Yeah.
Apocalypse. Okay. If you compare like Earth to Apocalypse, like they're two different really color contrasts, right? One's really dark, one's more colorful. So I think they did Darkseid justice. No pun intended. But and he's scary. Yep. I didn't think he was gonna be like this, like bulky, beefy, this big.
Yeah.
It was
unexpected.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because he's voiced by.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Because he's voiced by. I forget. Hold on. Give me a second.
Who is? Oh.
Steve Blum. Steve Blum voices him.
What?
Yeah, Steve Blum voices Darkseid.
Darkseid? Oh my god. This just made it like 10 times funnier.
Yeah. Because I think some people were. He does a lot.
Wow.
But I know my first time I heard him was like a Wolverine. Like he did Wolverine.
Yeah. I knew him from Wolverine too. Wow, that's funny.
Yeah.
No, but I thought they did Darkseid really well. Like really well. He's just menacing.
Did you like
take over the world.
They did a quick backstory of like what their aim is, because I think Cyborg was trying to tell him, like, again, they got the info across pretty well, because they're like, they did. Cyborg was, here's their plan. They just want to terraform the world and take over and like take each organism and turn them into a parademon. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That was quick.
No, that was basically it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think Darkseid's way more menacing, and it's like he's actually scary. He has that Thanos feel.
He does.
And I know they had like recently they did like a Thanos v Darkseid. So.
Oh, who would win?
Dude, I think it was Darkseid.
Would it be Darkseid?
I think it was Darkseid. I knew it was a versus, or it was like a death battle. It's been a while. It's been a while since I watched it. But this came out when I think Endgame came out, or when Justice League came out. One of the two.
Okay, so it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Who do you think would win?
I think it would. I'm thinking Darkseid, because there's like this one power that he has that he's able to pull. I think it's from the wall or something like that, or yeah, something like that. Anyway,
I think Darkseid would win too.
Yeah,
not Thanos.
It's just us talking from our gut. Well, no.
Yeah, no, really.
I have no evidence and no proof on this right now.
There doesn't need to be. You can do it
right.
from their gut.
You're right.
You know?
You're right.
Yeah.
Cool. How'd you feel about the voice actors? Like the voice.
They were great.
Yeah.
I think they got their emotions across, especially Cyborg.
Yes.
Especially his journey, I think, throughout this basically 1 hour movie. I think he was really struggling with his dad.
Yep.
And I guess it took him turning into like the being Cyborg, really, to make his dad realize that, like, oh, I need you in my life, blah, blah, blah.
Do you know who Superman is?
No, I don't.
Alan Tudyk.
Ah!
And then Batman.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Who is Batman?
Jason O'Mara.
Oh my god.
Which at the time, no. So at the time we were watching, spoilers for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but not really. He was one of the characters on S.H.I.E.L.D. So at the time I was watching this, I'm like, he's this guy and Batman? Wow. What a time.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then the other unexpected one was Samwise, Sean Astin, voices I think Shazam in here.
You know, the Shazam one really makes sense.
Yeah, he's Shazam because I think they had a kid actor. No, they had a kid actor. So then
No, they had a
but
kid
he was
actor,
Shazam.
yeah. Oh wow.
See, animation anime universe is fun.
No, it is.
You see all these all-star people.
No, but I really enjoyed the Cyborg's like whole arc.
No, I'm glad
kind of.
because I think
Yeah.
it's clean. I think they got the point across. It was fun.
And in such a short amount of time, I think
Mhm.
they did it really well.
Yep.
Like just Cyborg just trying to figure out where to go, what to do. And Cyborg and Shazam, kind of their like interaction and stories colliding, that was really cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to add one more.
Uh-oh.
You know, Mr. Fantastic.
Uh-huh.
He also voiced a small character in this too.
Who?
Thomas Morrow, the scientist.
The sign. Oh my
He
god.
plays a scientist. Who would have thought?
Wow. Who would have thought?
Yeah. No, I remember running through this with my brother, and we just looked through the voice actors like, what? What's happening?
It's all making sense.
Wow. Yeah, I thought everyone did well. I think, and this is watching it, it was like the first time where I was like, yes, I think it's a good panel. It feels like it should have been like it felt like watching the first Avengers, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
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 But I think, and then the scale was really good. I think the animation was really good. And I think my favorite moment actually in that movie
Uh-oh. What is it?
is Flash meeting Batman.
Huh?
Because then Hal's like, oh, don't talk to him. He's a dick. and then he's like, oh, Flash goes to introduce himself, and Batman's like, oh, yes, I'm well aware of your work. And he's like, he's like actually giving him props and everything. And then he's like, oh, but then he doesn't know who Green Lantern is. I don't think anyone really does.
No one really knows. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but Green Lantern tries to be that guy.
He is that guy.
He's trying to be that guy, but
Sometimes.
he's not that
Yeah,
guy.
he's
that
not that
guy.
He's the other guy.
That's great. I love Justice League.
Don't you just love Justice League?
Yeah, it's fun.
It is fun.
Do you have any expectations going? Because how many movies have you seen?
I have seen
We have
up until I think I've seen 7 movies.
7. Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I've seen up until Justice League versus Teen Titans.
Wow. Spoilers. It's okay. That's where we're
Yeah,
at.
that's okay.
Wow, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how. Okay.
Have you seen all? You've seen all of it, right?
Dude, I've seen all this.
You've seen all of it.
I've
Okay.
seen all of it. I've seen all the bad and good.
I know you've told me that to read you and our friend that never listens to this podcast that made us do this podcast in the first place because he never watches anything on time. Said to read Batman Hush and not watch it. But I'm gonna watch it.
We're gonna watch it for this.
Yeah, we're gonna
for
watch
this
it for
series.
this. But yeah.
Yes. Dude, there's all these movies and it's really good. Like, and I can't wait.
Me too.
Yes, I do want to watch it next. Okay, so there are 16 movies. We've already tackled 2. So we have 14 left in this
series.
Dude, you haven't seen anything past that, so dude, I'm telling you, it gets really good after what you've seen.
Oh no, I always stop.
I think
at the
because
hype.
it's so like the first few movies, then after this one, it starts becoming more Batman focused, I'd say. But
Yeah.
what I do like is because we're pretty much done, but like essentially for the series, what they do is a lot of the big events are Justice League moments. So it's Justice League focused movies, but then there's going to be a lot of side character ones, but they always end up being Batman focused.
Which isn't bad.
And or one other character we will not say yet.
Not
And
yet.
he's one of my favorite characters in
He's
this
one
whole
of mine.
thing. So
He's one of mine because of CW, but we won't say who.
won't say it.
Just peak moments.
But other than that, all I can do is gush and or compare. So do you have any other thoughts?
Oh, the end credit. There's
Oh
an
yeah,
end
yeah,
credit
yeah.
scene.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
the end credit, Veronica?
So I'm
Please
just
share with the
gonna read
class.
it. Yeah. I copy pasted this
Oh,
from the internet,
perfect.
so
Easy.
please don't.
Just like school.
Just like school. In a post-credit scene, an Atlantean ship emerges from the ocean, and Ocean Master appears carrying the dead body of his king. He believes that the surface dwellers on Earth are responsible, calling it an act of war from the surface, for which he swears he will avenge.
So that alludes to who we mentioned.
Aquaman!
Because Aquaman at this point is not established. I will
No.
say.
No.
That's going to be another movie. Dude, I can't
Another
wait.
movie for another time.
But that's all I got. I can only
That's all I
say,
got?
again, I think I had fun watching. I think the highlights of the movie is essentially the interactions between everyone,
Yeah.
but also what the big bad is. And they set it up pretty fast. So.
Oh, yeah. And Green Lantern has my heart.
Hell yeah. But that's all I got. You got anything else?
That's all I have.
All right.
No, nothing else.
Sweet.
Go watch it.
Go watch it. We already said this, but yeah, go watch it. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook at NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo. I thought there was one more thing I missed.
Whatever that was.
I was like, did I miss this? Did I miss something? No, we didn't.
It's been a while for you.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button. It's below Veronica. Yeah, thank you. The notification bell. It's also below Veronica. Yeah, that's right. And the last one is the subscribe. Duh.
Subscribe button.
The big red button. Easy. Just click
Also
that.
below.
Also below her.
Yes.
Also the dislike button.
No. I'll find your IP address. Don't worry.
Damn. Well, yeah. Just let us know how we're doing. What you want to see next? Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.
No.
Read, watch, play.
No.
Everything.
Nope. We're cutting that one off.